Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be a video about how to win in Fortnite. Now I know that sounds a little clickbaity and like a scam, but instead of giving you a flashy thumbnail about how you're always going to win and showing you a couple quote 1,000 IQ plays, this is just a game I hopped on and played earlier, got a win, and I'm going to break down all of the things that I did and why I did them and give you a little play-by-play of the win, and afterward you'll get to see all the kills. I cut out a lot of the irrelevant stuff, just running around, times in between encounters, things like that. I kind of tried to leave in the important things that I could explain, but I felt it wasn't necessary to keep a whole 22-minute clip. Just cut out the trash. And when I drop in, I kind of just go to the nearest named location. That's just my preference. There are people that like to land in a random house on the outside of the map, which is fine. That's just how I prefer to do things. So in this video I happen to land at retail, and after playing this game for so much, everybody has their own preferred spot in every location that they like to land. For me it's stores, and I start at this side store and work my way around the back and then to the house with a basketball court. That's what works out best for me. In all the games I've played, of the thousands of games I've played, I've only landed at houses a handful of times, and there's no real good reason for that, but things work differently for different people, and the stores have worked best for me. So I'm just kind of showing my landing here. It's nothing special. Just get my first guns, and up here I'll cut to my first kill. Getting the shotgun. Shotguns are the most important part of this game, really. I couldn't imagine playing a game without a shotgun, honestly. Alright, so up here I hear somebody, right? And, there are times where it's good to rush and times where it's not. I really don't like full-on rushing people in buildings because you never know when somebody's waiting around the corner for you. So this is a good example of why you should use your walls to your advantage. It's an edit kill, not the greatest, but it worked for me. Kind of just wait for him and smack him through the window, man. Didn't even see it coming. It's beautiful. And that's one thing, it's really good to practice that. Just being able to build and edit as quickly as possible and knowing the scenarios where it'll work best. That guy obviously didn't expect that, but there will be times when a more skilled player will see it coming. So you just gotta watch out. And I kept this in here because I like carrying 2 shotguns. Preferably 2 pumps. I just didn't find a second one yet. And being able to be comfortable with 2 shotguns and figuring out what gun to sacrifice to do so will also help your game a ton. Not having to. I personally use pumps more than tacs, so not having to reload after 5 shots is a big help, especially when playing solo squads or it's the odds are stacked against you. And right here, he thought I was still on my ramp, but I was just waiting over here for him to come out. And after a while, I cut it because he was there for so long. It felt like forever I was sitting there waiting for him. But you just wait. You wait it out. You gotta know when to make it and when not to. And it's a fast-paced game, and things can get crazy sometimes. But when you've got the time to think about your decision, definitely take advantage of it. And that's kind of what this whole thing's about, explaining why I do certain things. And not everybody's going to play like me, and people might disagree with my opinions, but it works for me, and there are so many people who have thousands of games, hundreds of games, and still don't have a win. And there's also the people who have plenty. You can sit in a bush the whole game and get the last kill, and that's the only kill that really matters. But for me, that's just kind of boring. So the only thing really to take from this is when you use a boogie bomb, obviously you get one shot and get your gun back. So I kind of try to take my time and make that shot count. And again, that's the advantage of carrying 2 shotguns. He was doing the same. He had 2 pumps that I definitely took. If it wasn't for those 2 pumps, I probably wouldn't have got this win, to tell the truth. And another thing, if you have shields, use them. I always like to carry smalls over anything else because when you're in a gunfight, they're so easy. That's 50 health right there in a couple seconds. You don't always have time for anything more than that. I believe there's a few times in this clip that I just go in a corner, pop some smalls, get in cover or something, and get right back at it. There's not much to take from this one either. I heard him up there. Didn't want to just run straight up at him, but I knew he wasn't coming out. Oh my gosh. And carrying 2 shotguns gives you a little bit more room for error. I missed 2 of those shots, but I'm getting them off way faster. It's funny going back and watching your own gameplay. It's a good thing to do though. Most of the time when I get a win with a good amount of kills, I'll go back and watch and see what I did, try to learn from it. So this guy, I got shot in the side and I had no idea where he shot me from. So I'm just kind of trying to find him. And it took me a minute too. But, you know, I couldn't find him. I decided to run out and expose myself. It sounds stupid, but if you can get him to peek or get him to fire a shot and you're fast enough to be able to put the walls up or get behind cover and have him give away his position, although he may have the high ground like he did in this situation, if you think about your shots and time everything right, at the end of the day you'll come out with the kill. See, I saw him poking after going in the open. I knew he would. I choked on these shots. That one I had the time to make it right and I still missed. Going back and watching this, it makes me upset because I feel like I'm a better player than that. I should have been able to hit at least one of those. So there, Port-a-Forts. I skipped that because I just watched them, but Port-a-Forts are my favorite because if you can see which stairs he's standing on, you can just knock him out. They're the most useless thing. But right here, here's a good trick. If you have a hunting rifle and you crouch next to your wall, you can just pop up, shoot, and go back down. Aim the shot out, get everything lined up, and just pop up and shoot. It's a beautiful thing. I actually saw that on Reddit. I can't remember who it was, but a guy wiped out an entire squad just peeking his head, shooting and going back down. This guy was a real pain in my ass, to be honest with you. People that just like to build way too much. Those are the worst kind of people. But the thing is, I'm not pushing him. I know he likes to just throw down walls. It's, at the end of the day, just going to be a headache. And I also heard somebody underneath of me. So I went down and took care of that. Again, I can't stress enough, 2 shotguns makes it. He even had a tag. And 2 pumps took care of him with ease. Notice how I'm not pushing this guy, because I don't need to. And here's another good example of why taking your time and thinking about how you're going to make your next move really pays off. Because like I said, this guy, he just loved building, man. He went off. Just building, building, building. And I see him. Obviously, if I poke out, he's going to get a few shots on me, and I don't have the health to take that risk. I love when people build because you can shoot him down. What's he going to do without all of his fucking walls, you know? And then you make your push. I had so many close calls in this game. And in every single one, with the exception of 2 kills, so 8 of my kills came from shotguns. And I want to say 7 of those came from carrying 2 shotguns. And if I hadn't had that second shotgun, I probably would have died a long time ago. Even if I don't have a second pump, I carry attack anyway. It's really no good reason. It doesn't make any sense, really. But and once you get used to constantly switching when you're in shotgun fights, you can't really stop. It's a weird feeling. So right here, I got just inside the next circle, and I posted up. It's always good to stay toward the edge, because if you think about it and you run to the middle of a circle and build a base, you have the potential to have somebody on every side of you firing at you at once. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make it out of that one. Kind of just looking around. Waiting for stragglers to come up. It's another thing too. There are people who literally will walk with the storm the entire game. So you've always got to watch out for them. Said that did 50 damage, but I really felt like it should have done more than that. I have mixed feelings about hunting rifles, but when it comes to things like peeking over walls, I think they're a little bit better than snipers. You don't have to expose yourself as much. And again, I could have easily built up to this guy, but why do that when I can just shoot him down? This whole just build meme, it applies a lot, but if you can shoot him down, why not? Because if they don't have a jetpack like this guy, they usually take damage. And I dropped my hunting rifle for that jetpack. There's no good reason for that, but as you can see, I feel a lot more comfortable with my shotguns, so the jetpack will help me maneuver around when I get in those shotgun fights. A big thing too when it comes to using shotguns, and I've said it multiple times already about taking your time and thinking about it, that's such a huge thing with shotguns. I mean, somebody might be unloading an attack on you, but if you take the time to get the headshot, there's a good chance you'll kill him in one shot. You know, aim it out, get everything right, and after a while, you'll be able to do that without having to take your time with it. It'll just come naturally. I'm okay with shotguns. There are people who are a lot better, but I'm pretty comfortable with my ability to kill multiple people with a shotgun. A lot of the times I play solo squads. I don't have very many wins in solo squads. It's more so for practice. I have like 5 or 6 wins in solo squads. I was gonna rush this guy because I saw him building over there, but I noticed I was going outside of the circle, so he'd have to come to me. And I sat around waiting for him. He almost got the snipe on me. I don't know why that shot was so high. I don't know what he was going for. But like I said, he's got to come to me. So get inside the circle and wait for it. You never want to find yourself, especially endgame, getting into fights while still in the storm, because that storm's going to mess you up more than any player will, that's for sure. Again, 2 shotguns made a world of difference. Pop the smalls, get a chance, and wait for it. I know he's got the high ground. If I pop out right now, he's gonna slap me real good. So I've got to wait for him to come to me. He got way too cocky. And there's that win. I hope I helped you a little bit. And if I did, leave a like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought. Thanks.